We started FORA in early 2019 after Rohingya refugees came to the United States. Most of those refugees were pre-literate.
As a year went by and then even more months, it became very clear that the children were struggling in school, more so than I would expect students who were learning English to struggle.
My name is Moto. I'm a rising sophomore. I'm from Myanmar, or people know it as Burma. I was living in Myanmar for 11 years. I was born in 2008. We moved here in October 2019 because my parents' concerns about me and my brother's safety, plus our education.
And for parents who themselves never attended school, it's tremendously overwhelming. It's overwhelming for parents who've lived in this country their whole lives. It's overwhelming for well-educated immigrants. For people who've never attended school, it's really a lot.
Some people would say that the struggle is part of becoming American of itself, but I would like to think that we can hopefully make this struggle be a little less tiresome and a little less stressful.
The first and kind of our flagship program is high-intensity tutoring or high-impact tutoring. And the work that they're doing with their tutors is a curriculum that's designed to meet them exactly where they are, to develop the foundational skills of literacy and numeracy.
I mean, since I started coming to FORA, I don't feel like I'm behind my classmates, so that I can enjoy with my friends. You know, during lunchtime, I don't have to just sit by myself and be doing all the homework because I have this great place, FORA, to help me out. It makes it a lot easier for me.
When you are in a new country, especially if you don't know their language, it's very hard, and not for the kids, for the family. They are from totally different place with different education, or some of them they didn't have any education.
We have many students who walk in the door on their first day and they're very ashamed of themselves and where they're from and their own abilities as learners. They tell me, I've been going to school for a year now and I haven't learned anything, with a sense of shame in their voice, like it's somehow their fault that they were the targets of genocide.
Education by itself is a basic fundamental human right. Individuals, especially humans, are liable and are responsible for creating this type of opportunity.
We at FORA believe in the right to literacy. We believe that what we do is not charity, but it is distributive justice, that we are helping them get a right back that had been taken from them at the barrel of the gun by rogue regimes and oppressive autocrats.
I feel like I can be who I am in FORA, and I don't have to be scared of anyone, you know?
I saw many girls in FORA that they came from countries that they don't let them to even educate.
I'm 18 now, going to college. I'm from Afghanistan. We moved to America in 2014 of August. I have 3 younger siblings. I'm the older one with a single mom.
Asal is going to college now. She'll be living far away from us, but I can always contact with her. I can always ask her questions. She's always welcoming to ask any questions, even about life or anything.
And now that we have a significant number of these kids who really do believe in themselves, they won't let the new kids who come in the door think in these negative ways.
One of our first students just went off to college. It's a huge success for the program, I think a real validation of what we do and how we do it. But it's all founded on her desire to work hard. Without that, there's nothing, right?
I think it shows them that they can reach higher up and get what they want, and they can be a little selfish with being, I guess, humble in a way, because they're all family orientated. It's okay to want things, and I feel the students can see that and be oh, I want that, and be able to go for it.
I can't wait to see what our students are going to do in the future, particularly for Rohingya students. There are not a lot of well-educated English-speaking Rohingya adults in the world. There are many wonderful ones, but we need a lot more. And so I'm interested to see, when they grow up, what kind of wonderful poetry are they going to write? How will they describe their own experience? What will they do to save their culture from the genocide that has already taken place? How will they contribute their unique culture to our American experience. I'm so excited to see what our Afghan girls bring into the world when they become educated women, defying the Taliban and becoming literate, to becoming mothers who value education and who are able to teach their children to read themselves. I can't wait to see what they are going to do as adults.
And then do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Thank you for everything, FORA.
Every semester, every summer, as we go into it, we're always wondering, are we going to have enough tutors? Are we going to have enough volunteers?
One of my biggest passions is working with kids. I was a camp counselor last summer, and I absolutely love working with kids.
I've lived in West Rogers Park for 35 years, was a high school math teacher for 30 years. I've been an activist my whole life.
I just noticed a big need in the city of Chicago specifically around literacy and reading.
I was drawn to FORA by the mission that I found online.
When they come here, their tutor, they get to know their student, they really begin to see their own education differently, and they begin to see that they have something valuable to offer the world.
This was my way to really assist my community and assist both the people who were coming into my community as well as the people who were within my community to begin with, to sort of, come to terms with one another, accept one another's differences, allow for each other to start thriving, and allow for them to bridge that gap that leads from being strangers to becoming neighbors to becoming good friends.
Everybody likes being seen, being known, feeling like you have something to contribute. Students love getting that kind of an attention from somebody who's older. I think it's one of the reasons why we have such a happy attitude.
Do you like your tutors at FORA?
Yep.
Why do you like them?
Because they help me very much.
I really appreciate them coming after school or anytime, every day, for 2 to 4 hours to help me.
Each and every one of these people wants to be here, and that is what makes this tutoring so effective.
I think if you're a refugee or new to the country, your English may be developing but not great. Your culture is different than some. So I think having an ally, having someone that supports you and likes you, goes a long way to help young people feel a part of something.
And I always have a bag of tricks. I could show him cards, and he would have to say baby, spell baby, have a spelling test. We could work with the cards face down, and he could have to guess. We could play a game with them, but anything to reinforce the vocabulary. So that's how a typical day would be with him.
Terry's a former teacher. I realize this with our children and grandchildren, but she is so kind, so thoughtful. Children just gravitate towards her, so she really is a natural teacher.
I didn't know if Bruce would be wanting to be a tutor, but I didn't even know if you'd be that good at it. But he's wonderful. The way that he relates with this teenage boy, who he tutors most of the time, is amazing.
My students, they have the kind of desire for learning things as I do.
A positive spirit is important to activism and education.
This is easily the best and most rewarding work that I've ever done.
I am just surprised by how much FORA is able to accomplish with the resources and the staff that we currently have. It really seems like we are pulling off the impossible a lot of the time. We have a small number of staff. We're not the largest organization in the world, but we still are able to help so many students. So I think that's what surprises me most. When I come in on a day when it's full, this summer we've had days where we have upward of 40 students at a time, and it just always in my mind seems like, wow, this is a lot to tackle, and not only are we doing it, but we're doing it well.
You can read history and wonder what you would have done during a bad time when bad things were happening. And with FORA, you can very simply you can make a difference in the lives of some of the most imperiled people on the planet. Refugee children who are just at risk from the moment of their birth, and you can actually make a huge difference in their lives by being involved with FORA. So it's an easy decision for me that this is an opportunity to really make a difference.
I think I've grown a lot as a person with the community and everything, because everyone has like given me advice. They're like mentors. They're not just like people that are there to help me out with like paperwork or anything. They're just like emotionally supportive, physically supportive, and it's been great.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I think I have to go tutor.
Okay, that's fair.
The library had been vacant for about 5 years. We were literally right next door for the last 3 of them, I guess. And then we found out through an article in Block Club Chicago that it was for sale. The city was selling it, and at the time they had a deal put together for a group here in the neighborhood was going to buy it. We really made a point of putting together a bid in a hurry.
For generations, people have settled around this library so that their children can come here after school each day and on the weekends. And in fact, even though this is a relatively small library as far as libraries go, this library in 1985 was the #1 lending library in the city of Chicago. And the reason why, of course, was because so many immigrants and refugee parents who wanted their kids to learn how to read and write and do math sent their kids here after school. Their kids would check out a book, would go home that night and read that book that night and return it next morning and get another book and another book and another book. It shows how meaningful this library has been to the communal space of this neighborhood.
While a lot of Westridge continues to be like an immigrant neighborhood, a lot of Westridge is sort of being populated more and more by refugees. While they are generally the same, right, they have come over from a foreign place all the way to this particular neighborhood, they do require a certain amount of security as well as a certain amount of resources that many immigrants typically who choose to immigrate and are not forced to immigrate here often end up not requiring.
We had a long delay because when asylum seekers were being bused to Chicago from Texas, 80 of them ended up in the library because there was no place else to put them. So there were several months everything was just put on hold until they found places for them to actually go and live. We were able to complete the purchase just 3 months ago now.
Are you excited about moving to the library?
Yeah,
Why?
because I'm excited about it's gonna open and I can read the books.
We get a lot of feedback from people in the neighborhood, including from staff, who have really fond memories of this library, who grew up here.
It's giving us more space to like have more kids, because like in the other building we were able to only have like 60 kids at the time, and now we're like able to have like 100, and coming into here it'll probably go to 150 or more.
And I can read like different books, like hamster books.
I'm really excited. We'll have like more space, and like I feel like we can welcome more students to the library. I'm really excited about that.
I think it'd be better because we can help more people that are struggling, because it's really crowded over there.
It is really good opportunity for the refugee, for the all children, like extra support to teach to the English and the mathematics, that whatever they need with their support. I'm glad that happened, and I also look the space is so big, so excited for that.
The library, as I envision it, is going to show everyone that comes to FORA that they're very important and they're special, because this is going to be an amazing place. So I think it's not only the tutor is great and the staff is great, but the parents and the students will say someone really feels that we're special.
I have a feeling that it's just going to feel joyful.
I think it's going to be a place that many of the people that live in the neighborhood say, this is where we come to our neighborhood. This is where we gather. This is where young students are helped, as opposed to, I wonder what's going on there. I think this is going to be a vibrant part of the community.
And this is where we're loved.
Right, right.